The Lucy Show. Starring Lucille Ball. Co-starring Gale Gordon.
Pleasant surprise, Mrs. Carmichael. And how did we manage to get to work on time for once?
Well, I think my clock's broken. Hi, Dottie.
Hello, Lucy.
We'll get to work on these right away, please.
Well, can I have my coffee first?
No, you can't have your coffee first. You just got here. Now, please, get to work, get to work.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Mrs. Carmichael, turn that radio off! What is that thing doing here?
Well, you see, Mr. Mooney, when I was in high school, I always played the radio while I did my homework, and now that it's hard for me to concentrate with so much quiet going on.
I didn't know they had radios when you went to high school.
Mr. Mooney,
Well, now, you
not
keep that thing
nice.
off and you get to work at once.
All
Do you hear
right.
me? Good heavens. Mr. Mooney? Oh, good morning, Mr. Cheever. How are you, sir?
Not very well.
Oh, what's wrong, sir?
Well, at the meeting last night, it was brought to my attention that our branch is lagging in the getting of new accounts.
It is?
Yes, and it was suggested that perhaps this branch was a bit overstaffed. One vice president too many, to be exact.
Oh?
And as a vice president, I hope that you can read between the lines, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, Mr. Cheever, sir, are you inferring that unless I get some new accounts...
Well, congratulations. At least you can read.
Oh, my. I've never seen him so upset. How does he expect me to get new accounts? Drag people in off the street? I don't know why he blames me for everything that goes on around here.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, you better worry about it. You just remember, if I go, you go. Now, I'll be in my office. I don't want to be disturbed.
No, sir.
And that, folks, was the latest hit from the nation's #1 country singer, Homer Higgins. And here's a little news for you Homer Higgins fans. Homer is about to become a California citizen. He arrives in town this morning and will check into the penthouse suite of the luxurious Palm Garden Hotel. Now, that's eating pretty high in the hog for a country boy. And he should be eating high in the hog because the music industry has estimated that Homer's income this year will exceed $5 million. Wow. And now, folks, we...
Right. Dottie, I'm going out. I'll be back as soon as I can.
But what about this work? If Mr. Mooney comes back and you're not here, won't he be angry?
No, not when he hears about the big new account I got lined up for him.
Right this way.
Well, if this don't beat all.
I hope you will find this suite satisfactory.
Ain't this pretty, Effie?
Well, it looks like an awful big place to keep clean. Why didn't we take that little room we was just in?
That was the elevator.
This penthouse apartment gives you a magnificent view overlooking Los Angeles.
Have mercy on us all.
On a clear day, you can see Catalina.
Well, from what I hear, that's a mighty rare sight.
Catalina?
No, a clear day in Los Angeles.
Anything else, sir?
No, thank you, but just a minute. Just a minute, sir. Here's a tip for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Done all right.
I hope you enjoy your stay.
Hold on there just a minute. You've been awful nice to us. And, Effie, give this nice man some of your duck gizzards.
Oh, sure thing.
Give him a whole wad.
Here you are.
Now.
They're awful good, fried and hog-lard.
Oh, and by the way, at the end of the week, take out what we owe you.
Yes, sir.
All right, fine. Oh, by the way, if there's any left, why, treat your carnation to a sack of fertilizer. That's the deal.
Higgins, I heard on the radio that you were moving here today, and I thought I'd stop by and welcome you. And
well, ain't that nice, Effie?
Oh, it sure is. Come in and make yourself to home.
Yes, come
Thank
on
you.
in. I want you to meet my kinfolks.
Get up, company's come.
This is my wife, Effie.
hello.
Howdy.
And that's her brother, Effie.
Iffy?
Yes, he was born ahead of her, and his folks call him Iffy, because if he was a girl, they was going to name him Effie.
Oh, well, how do you do? Glad to meet you, Iffy. My name is Lucy. Lucy Carmichael.
Howdy, Miss Lucy. Gee, you got hair the color of orange juice.
Orange juice?
Yeah, and I bet a girl as pretty as you must get squeezed a lot.
Only when the bus is crowded.
You sure are pretty.
Down, If. Down. Down. Well, since Effie's pet skunk died last year, he's gotten girl-minded.
Oh.
Would you like to come in and rest your feet a spell?
Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Oh, Iffy, come on, help me
Yeah.
with the unpacking.
Out of there.
Now, come on. Get along. Get.
Bye, Miss Lucy.
Bye.
Pick up your feet, boy. Pick up your feet. Get on.
Oh, that boy. That boy is about as useful as a milk bucket under a bull. Would you like some of Effie's sassafras tea?
Well, thank you, but before I accept your hospitality, Mr. Higgins, I think I should explain that my visit is not entirely social.
It is not?
No, not exactly. You see, well, the truth is, what I'm trying to say is, if,
Why don't you stop spitting on the handle and get to hoeing?
How's that?
Say what you come to say, ma'am.
Oh, well, you see, I really came here to talk business. I work for a bank, Mr. Higgins, and, well, I came to see if we could handle your account.
Well, frankly, ma'am, I don't cotton much to banks.
Oh. Well, Mr. Higgins, banks are very necessary, especially to a man with your income. You know, a bank offers advice on financial investments, and, well, I just think a person should put his money into something.
Oh, I do, ma'am. I do. In boxes.
You mean all these boxes are full of money?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, I keep them in boxes.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you mean you carry your money around with you all the time?
Well, not all of it, ma'am. I had to leave a whole mess of it at home. We run out of boxes.
Well, Mr. Higgins, you certainly make a lot of money with your singing and your records.
And I also write all my own songs.
You do?
Yes, ma'am. You want to see me make up a folk song about you right now, just like that?
Well, I sure would.
All righty, bye.
I didn't know you composed your own songs.
Yeah. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. Fell in love with a pink-haired gal. She fell in love with me.
Well, is that it?
Yep.
Oh, that's very clever.
Well, that last line didn't come too easy.
Oh, it was very good, that last line.
Well, you were the inspiration.
Oh, really?
That's right, and if that's ever a hit, I owe you a favor.
Oh, well, the biggest favor you could do for me, Mr. Higgins, is let me introduce you to my boss, Mr. Mooney. He's the banker I work for.
No offense to you, ma'am, but I feel like a worm in hot ashes around them big city bankers.
Well, Mr. Mooney's not a big city-type banker. He comes from real down-to-earth country folk.
He does?
Yeah. He grew up on a farm, and all his kin were farmers, and all his kin's kin.
Sounds like my kind of folk.
Oh, I just know that Mr. Mooney is the type of banker that you'd cotton to.
Well, I tell you what you do. You bring this Mr. Mooney over here so that we can at least have a howdy and a handshake.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Higgins.
All right.
Oh, I'll bring him over right away.
All right.
And I just know that you and Mr. Mooney are going to hit it off like two pigs in a poke.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, how do, Miss Lucy?
Hello, Mr. Higgins. I'd like you to meet my boss, Mr. Mooney.
Well, you sure don't look like no banker.
I don't feel like one either. My cracky.
Oh, come on in and meet my kinfolk. Come right on. Come right on. This is my wife, Effie.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hello, Miss Lucy.
Hello.
And that's her brother, Iffy.
Iffy?
Yes, you see, they named him Iffy because if he was a girl, they were going to name him Effie.
That's right.
Hey, y'all are just in time to tie on the feed bag.
Oh?
Come on in. Come on. Come right on.
Thank you.
Come on.
He carries it around with him all the time.
Y'all hungry?
Yeah. Something smells mighty inviting, Mrs. Higgins.
Oh, just call me Effie.
And I'm Homer.
And I'm Theodore J.
The J stands for Joshua. His friends and kin call him Josh.
Well, that's a mighty fitting name. You know, you look like a Josh. Yeah. Effie, how's the victuals coming?
Oh, done to a turn.
Oh, fine. Sit down, Miss Lucy, and you too, Josh. Sit right down.
Say, you folks sure got this place looking mighty comfortable.
Well,
Speaking of comfort, do you mind if I take my shoes off?
not at all.
Oh, thank you. I never could get used to these darn things.
Well, and if you have anything to loosen, ma'am, just let her pop.
Here you are, Mr. Mooney.
Thank you.
And here you are, Miss Lucy.
Oh,
now,
thank
this
you.
here is Effie's favorite recipe.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is it?
Well, Effie calls it rib sticking stew. It's just chock full of boiled deer liver, turnip greens, hog jowls, fat back, and sow belly. Come on, folks, eat up. Poke her down now. Oh, you know, man sure is lucky to have a woman that's got a gift for cooking. Your wife cook anything tastes like this?
Everything my wife cooks.
Well, then I take it your Mrs. Mooney is a girl with country rearing.
Acres of it.
That a fact. I see.
You know something? Back in Cedar Creek County, Mrs. Mooney was a champion hog caller.
She were?
Yeah, that's how she got Mr. Mooney.
Well, you know, Effie, I reckon we won't be getting homesick here in California knowing people like Josh and his missus.
Yeah, I hope we'll be seeing a lot of each other, Josh.
Well, no reason why you shouldn't if you come to my office to do your banking chores.
Oh, sounds mighty fine to me.
Well, now, wait a minute, Bucket Mouth. Don't you go getting any big... Now, I take the old Josh here, but the big city banks is something else again.
Oh, but, Mr. Higgins, our bank isn't at all like a big city bank. It's as homey as gravy on a tablecloth. And all the people that work there are just like old Josh here, neighborly, country-reared folk.
Sounds like a dinger of a bank.
Well, maybe we could go down there a little while this afternoon, look the place over.
Oh, instead of this afternoon, why don't you come down tonight after the bank is closed?
After you're closed?
Yeah, tonight's the night we have our weekly hoedown. Once a week, us folks like to have a little get-together, and I just know old Josh would love to have you join us.
Why, me and Effie take the hoedowns like a hog takes the slough.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, now, it's the West Lang Bank, and it's right down the street. Come on, Mr. Mooney. We have to get back to the bank for your appointment.
Well, me and Effie will sure look forward to this.
Yeah, well,
more than that, most of all, we'll be looking forward to meeting Mrs. Mooney.
Mrs. Mooney will be looking forward to meeting you, too. You be sure and show up now.
Oh, don't you worry, ma'am. We'll be there fit as a tiddly and ready to wink.
All right, bye,
Mooney, in all my years of banking, I have never been involved in anything so bizarre and outrageous.
Well, the Higgins account is worth a little trouble, sir. Oh, you'll thank me if we get it.
Now, what if we don't get the Higgins account?
Well, it was all Mrs. Carmichael's idea.
Where is Mrs. Mooney?
Here I
Mrs. Carmichael, I know my wife isn't Miss America, but do you have to be so hokey?
You don't want him to recognize me, do you?
Oh, well, no. Well, Homer and Effie will be here at any minute.
Yeah.
So let's get this pea-picking, tater-planting, corn-husking show on the road.
Okay, Josh. Come on, let's get the party going. Head couples, do-si-do. Hurry up, farmer, don't be slow. Side couples, same old thing. Do-si-do across the ring. Partners all with the right elbow. Back by the left. Here we go. Go right into a right and left grand. Try not to blush when you hold her hand. Beat old Sal, take old Sue. Promenade the gal with a run-down shoe. Get back home, swing and whirl. Round and round with a pretty little girl. Just to the center, left-hand star. Turn your girl not too far. Gents back out, you're doing swell. Into the center with a great big yell.
Folks, I'd like you to meet my wife, Irma.
Howdy.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, that was mighty good square dance calling, ma'am.
Oh, shucks.
Yes, it was.
Now, Irma, don't be so shy.
I heard you was a champion hog caller, ma'am.
Oh, well, my hog calling days are over. The last time I called so loud my Adam's apple turned to cider.
Ain't that a knee slapper?
Well, now, since the Higgins clan is all here, let's get this shindig going, eh? Let's give them a real musical welcome.
Okay, come on, Mr. Cheever. We'll give him a doozy.
And the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. Gather round me, folks, I've got some things I'd like to say about the shindig that's a-comin', and it's only a week away. And everybody's gonna have a good time, if my prediction is right, at the Ladies Auxiliary Barn Dance Saturday night. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. The gals will dress in calico with their fancy lace and buttons and bows, so all you fellas get gussed up in your Sunday go-to-meeting clothes. Mr. Cricket, keep on a-chirping, Mr. Moon, keep shining bright, at the Ladies Auxiliary Barn Dance Saturday night. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. One more time. There's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be banjo picking, and the fiddler will be there. You'll like our cornbread and sweet molasses, and pretty gals with ribbons in their hair. Saturday night. Hey!
Enjoying yourself, neighbor?
Oh, it's the best time I ever had in my life. Now I know what I'm going to do with all my money.
What?
I'm going to take it and buy me a bank like this of my very own. Come on, Eddie.
Well, ain't that a knee slapper?
No, that's a nose puncher.
Lucy Show.